Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back CTKS family. Here you'll learn how to become fearless in financial markets to assist you to become more of a financial and emotional blessing to yourself and those you love. In this video, we're going to look at the Solana paths, the XRP paths, the paths and structural levels on Ethereum, Bitcoin, and total crypto market cap. We'll also go through the cheat sheet, which is your secret to timing. Timing is always early. And there's some really fascinating things that we predicted in the last video, they came to pass. We'll drill into Bitcoin and see exactly where that could go next in terms of structural support and structural resistance levels. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. All indicators that I use in the daily videos come from the service at ctksmethod.org. Let's run the numbers. In this video, I'll give you an update on the CTKS method timing cheat sheet, which is available free of charge as a printable template from ctksmethod.org. In the main markets, in the last trading session, we were saying keep your eye on Apple. It's looking interesting. It's coming into structural support, and we expected Apple to bounce, and it did. Also, we had a bit of good news on the macro factors side of things. The probability of an easing increased from 4.7 to 6.2%. That placed negative price momentum on the DXY and the dollar-yen combo, and it placed positive pressure on the euro-dollar and the Aussie dollar. For members of the service, the Euro-USD has been updated, the US 2-year yield and XRP from crypto. That is released for this month. US oil continues to be on a little bit of a rampage at the current time. Inside the crypto market, we saw a retracement on Bitcoin and total crypto market cap, and the majority of cryptos went with it, such as Doge and ADA, BNB, Litecoin, Solana, but there is a little bit of strength in Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash at the current time. The longs have been absolutely hammered today, literally a 3-to-1 ratio. And liquidations are up from yesterday. Yesterday, 59,402 were liquidated inside the crypto market, but it was fairly balanced between long liquidations and short liquidations. Today, there's been a lot more people liquidated, nearly 90,000. Not surprisingly, crypto fear and greed has decreased. There's more fear coming into the market. One thing to note, as Apple slightly increased in the stock market, NVDA just went for it. Okay, let's have a look at the structural levels on the charts. When you're drawing up, support and resistance levels always make them statistically significant. Now, what do I mean by that? If we look at Bitcoin has been trading for 5,200 plus days. To get a statistically significant support or resistance level, we need to look into all of price structure. We do that through the CTKS method, which is the world's most powerful smart money buy and sell level detection system. Let's pop on the indicator from the service. Now, one thing that we can see really clearly when we look at Bitcoin coming up, this structural level of resistance, and these resistance levels are structural. They're not recent indicative price. When we see this 45,410 level, Bitcoin shot up to that level, and look at all this overhead structural resistance. There's just too many sellers in the market. If it's not going above, it's going below. And sometimes when you get big dips in price, you go through multiple safety nets. That's why support levels below, there are many. And when they're congregated together, they become stronger. That's what you want to look for. Now we can see this current level at literally 43,992. We're not getting through that specific level at the current time. We need to get above that to put the higher structural resistance level in play of around that 45,410 mark. If we're not getting above, we're going below. Where is the below? Well, there's a couple of different levels. That 43,624 mark is currently holding price. But if we lose that, it's going down to the next structural level at 42,872. If we miss this and there's a bit of negative fresh air inside these areas, that means the price can come down very quickly, but it can also rebound back up quickly. That's why we need to observe where the stronger structural levels are, and especially how many there are. We can see that structural support starts to kick in at 41,785 and down to the 40,975 mark. These areas are significant because we've got a lot of structural support. Structural support means all of price history. It does, specifically through the CTKS method service, which has pioneered this approach. You can learn this yourself through 2 levels of standard certification. The links are in the description of this video if you're interested in learning a skill that you can apply for a lifetime. There are a lot of people interested in gaining this skill because it's so incredibly powerful. If you directly message me on X/Twitter and you explain your scenario and how dedicated you are, you may become eligible for a partial scholarship. When the markets go red, it's very easy for people to get freaked out, but that's why we have CTKS method paths which predict normalized price behavior. Right at the moment, we can see that Bitcoin is following this normalized price path, the positive one. That's quite good news. It's not consolidating and it's not following the negative path. In fact, it came down to the consolidation area and has since shown a degree of positive momentum. When we look at Ethereum, we can see a different state of affairs. Ethereum is somewhat weaker. It's just following the consolidation path at the current time. When we look at Solana, Solana is currently following the negative price path. When we look at XRP, XRP was originally going fairly strongly following the positive price path, but has since dipped down into the negative price path. If you're interested in the different price paths, they're in the service, and total Bitcoin, the S&P 500 and the DXY, the videos for those have been released. This month is an express service. I want to get the indicators to you as quickly as possible. Therefore, total Bitcoin, S&P 500 and the DXY have their price paths on that video. And if you're wondering if you get the indicator, for example, XRP has been released today, the US 2-year, the Euro dollar, and these are especially the Euro dollar and the US 2-year, to keep your eyes on. The paths may not be that visible at the moment, but the upper and lower boundaries of the indicator are the upper and lower boundaries of the 3-dimensional price path. One thing to keep in mind, as the crypto market is operating now and the stock market and all the other markets have closed, they're asleep, what we saw is a fair degree of positive follow-through. That means there could be positive momentum inside the crypto market, although it looks the opposite right now. Typically, what occurs when everybody is feeling too bullish, the longs get liquidated. But as soon as this starts to balance out, it starts to turn around the other way, something to bear in mind. The interpretation of price is really straightforward. If you're looking at Bitcoin, the key is, where is the structural level to overcome? Where is structural support and where is structural resistance? Without an awareness of structural support and structural resistance levels, things can be really confusing. If we look at total crypto market cap, which is around 3,900 days worth, when you look at price just bounding up and down, you need to literally analyze the total or totality of price action. That's where the indicator from the service can really help you. But if you've learned level 1 and level 2 standard certification, you can just do it yourself. When you see this very, very problematic level of structural resistance at that 1.642 trillion, that has been a thorn in the side of crypto. This is what's bringing all the alts down in terms of their upward price momentum. When total gets above this particular level and it can rally above the next one, it gets into a bit of a positive fresh air gap and the alts should just blast away. We've already come down and tapped previous structural support levels, so just keeping these ideas in your mind. If you see that the crypto market is losing its structural support, there are a variety of different structural support levels that you'll need to keep your eye on. And these particular structural levels, downplaying from 1.471 trillion up to 1.512 trillion, they're pretty strong. So there is a degree of support inside the crypto market. It's not all bad. And with the weakening of the DXY and yields, that's pretty good. When we look at the Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 charts in the cheat sheet, it gives us an unfair advantage across all the markets. We are getting our timing right, and timing is everything inside markets. And if you want the structural indicators for all of the Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 charts, you can just pop across to ctksmethod.org. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.